First of all, Coach, congratulations on being named the new head football coach here again at E.D. White. So, how does it feel to get the news that you're the new coach now?
I guess it's I'm the old new football coach. I don't know. It's I didn't know that this opportunity was going to present itself, but when it did, I had a good 5 years break and was able to sit back and look at my 10 years here and think about the things that went well, the things that didn't go well, and come up with a plan for the future and how we're going to make things better. So I think the break was welcome. It allowed me to see my kids get through school, and like I said, I didn't know it was going to come. I was hoping that one day I'd be a head coach. I didn't know if it'd be here or somewhere else. But once you have that feeling of Friday nights, it doesn't go away. This will be my last head football coaching job. I plan on being here for a while and establishing something that once I decide that it's time, somebody can be proud of, and it's my alma mater, so there's a special place in my heart for this place.
Mm-hmm. So with that said, an opportunity presented itself. First of all, you're taking over from one of your good friends, Coach Bergeron, who took over for you when you stepped down. And just talk about taking over for him and what he's been able to done, and how you hope to, I guess, keep it going.
Yeah. I appreciate what Chris did for me. As a head coach before he became the head coach, I knew that the defensive side of the ball I didn't have to worry about. He was a great defensive coordinator, and I'm glad he's staying around because that part's not going to change. And we've had discussions about how we're going to proceed from here, and he's going to be a huge part of it. Of course, offensively, we have some things that we're going to talk about, but one of the things I learned my first go around was it's tough to be a head coach and be a coordinator, or a position coach for that matter. And I'm not going to be that. I'm going to be the head coach. I'm going to do the head coach things, and I'm going to put my trust in my assistants, and we're going to build a good staff. And once we have that in place, we're going to be ready to roll. I don't want to be in charge of the offensive side or defensive side or special team side. I want to do the head coaching things, and those are building relationships with our kids, having somewhere that kids can come to when things are not going well, and somebody they can talk to, and somebody who's going to establish some expectations for a program. That's the biggest thing right now. It's Coach, where are we heading? What's your vision? What are you looking for? What are we trying to do here? Because they haven't known me for 5 years, and that's going to be the thing that we're going to have to put in place, and it's going to be different in a lot of ways. But we've got great kids here, and I have no question that they're going to buy into this, and it's going to be a seamless transition, and we're going to live up to some expectations that are set for us.
Mm-hmm. I know you did some work with some of the younger guys when they were in freshman football.
Yes, yeah.
So you're familiar with some of the kids, right. How do you think that kind of helps in the long scheme of things, knowing that E.D. White, they could have brought somebody from the outside
of course,
for this position, but they stuck in the family, I guess, and got somebody who they at least know a little bit about it.
Yeah, I've known a lot of those kids that are moving up to being varsity players by having them on the junior high level. Listen, insider, outsider, new, old, whatever the situation was, we went through the interview process, and I put everything I had into the process, absolutely everything, including those new things that I learned as a 10-year veteran, as a head coach. And so it ultimately came down to what administration thought was the best fit for our program. And I'm thankful they thought it was me. And I think if you give me some time, you're going to see that is the right choice. And I don't know how many wins that translates to, but it is going to translate to a program that people are proud of, and we're going to do things correctly. And I talked to them today. My biggest message to them is we're going to be extraordinary. It is human nature to be average, to be ordinary. I didn't make that. I didn't make that up. Nick Saban said that. And it's true. And if you look around, there's a lot of ordinary. And if you want to be an extraordinary football team and you want to have extraordinary success, you better do extraordinary things. And I'm not giving those secrets away because that's our secrets. But I'm telling you, we're going to do things that nobody else does. Why? Because it's extraordinary. And I think that builds an extraordinary program for us, a program that kids are going to buy into. And once we hit the field for the first time for real, if it translates to a win, great. If it doesn't, we're coming back on Saturday, and we're going to have an extraordinary Saturday anyway. So in the end, those things work themselves out.
And I know you also take a lot of pride helping them when they get out of here, too. And
yeah.
A lot of your former athletes who are now in college or living their lives doing whatever they're doing these days,
right.
You know, they say you're a big inspiration for them. So, I mean, you're also preparing them for life in general. Making respectable them.
You know, one of the things I think that you have to develop is you have to develop habits. You know, young kids, if they're given that challenge of being presented with something that they have to do over and over and over again, it becomes a habit. And as long as it's a productive habit, it's something that we want to do as a football program. We're not going to call them that. We're not going to call them habits to the kids. They're just going to be expectations that kids are going to finally realize, hey, man, we do this every day. It must be for a reason. And one of those things is tempo, how we practice. The second thing is how we prepare. And the third thing is relationships. And I think that's kind of what you're alluding to. We're going to be extraordinary in all three of those things. We're going to have extraordinary effort. We're going to be prepared in an extraordinary way. And we're going to have extraordinary relationships. And that goes from top to bottom. It goes parents, that's players, that's administration, that's teachers, that's fans, that's everybody. Everybody is part of that. And we've got some ideas of how to make that happen. And now it's just put it in place and let it happen.
Yeah. And like you say, the community here, you know how great it is. And, you know, they've been very, I guess, excited to see you come back.
So. Yesterday was a whirlwind of former players and things like that. You know, I just let you in on something that happened during the interview that I'm extremely proud of. When I turned in my resume for this interview, I didn't list any references. I didn't list any principals that I worked for or colleagues. I listed 50 former football players that played for me with their phone numbers, because if you want to know who I am as a coach, you go to those kids. You go to those young men who have developed and now are doctors and lawyers and who went on to play on the next level. And go to those guys, ask them who I am as a football coach. And that's why I did it that way. I think that's translated into some excitement in the community, and I'm not going to let those guys down. I'm going to work extremely hard to incorporate a lot of the community that I didn't incorporate the first time I did this. You know, I did it the first time thinking I could be Superman and do this all on my own. I realize now that it's going to take a community, parents and players and coaching staff to get this done. And I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Ready to hit the road running and put everything in place and let the kids reap the benefits of what they do.
And with that said, anyone you want to thank for helping you get this opportunity again, whether it's the administration or your former players or anybody?
Well, I got to first thank my wife because you know, it's a hurdle that you have to get over when you've been doing this for a while and you've done it for 10 years and you've had the ups and downs that you experience with your family. But my wife has been there, my family, my son and my two girls have been tremendous inspirations, and when I told them, they were extremely excited. I secondly want to thank my former players. They're the guys that know me, and I can't tell you how many of them put in a good word for me. because of that, because of their experience. That's huge. That's a big thing. And in the EDY community, administration, teachers, and students, this is home. This is home for me. This is where I'm comfortable. I feel comfortable with the administration here, and I didn't know if they were going to give me a chance to come back or not, but I'm not going to let them down, and I'm going to show them that this excitement that I have right now is going to be the same excitement I have a year from now, and to see the fruits of that, yeah, I think is going to continue the tradition of EDY football, and something that people maybe are going to come back and see, you know, when they've been away for a while. So it's been a tremendous experience for me with the support around the community.